What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with another Real Housewives of Potomac review, you guys. So, before I get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you're not subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me that favor, a solid favor, and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we? What up, Chuck? How are you doing today? So I want you guys to tell me, how did you feel about this episode of Potomac? Huh. For me, I'm already over Potomac. So I wish I didn't decide to do this season of Potomac. I really, truly wish I didn't. But what I will say is, because I know I said season 9 was it, but for certain, season 10, yeah, this is my last season because I don't enjoy this show anymore, and I don't want to come on here and my reviews sound like it's nothing but a rant. So I'm gonna bow out for season 11. I can say that for sure. Because this episode worked my nerves for quite a few reasons. And even Watch What Happens Live worked my nerves. Because Kiana was on Watch What Happens Live, right? And so actually it'll segue into what I want to, the first person that I'm going to talk about. So we can bring up Stacy on the screen. Where's Stacy? Where is Stacy? Chuck, I saw you come. I'm gonna get to it in just in a second. But let's bring Stacy up. So Stacy is the first person. So Chuck says this episode worked my final nerve. Mine too. I was like so over this episode. So we see Stacy. So Stacy is with Arabella, right? So Arabella is Miss Third Grade, and I was like, oh, that's cute. It was a cute scene for what it was. We saw that Stacy got up and showed her daughter how to do a little pageant walk. It was cute. Stacy's talking about her relationship with her husband. I mean, if Stacy like it, I love it. Speaking of Stacy, so Stacy was vindicated because TMZ last week came out and said that Stacy was divorced. And I was like, okay, cool. So Kiana was on Watch What Happens Live last night. And what I will say is Kiana looked really beautiful on Watch What Happens Live. I can't take that away from her. But Andy asked her, like, what did she think about it? She was like, I was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen. I said, oh, girl, just say, you know what, Stacy is divorced. So, congratulations to her or whatever sentiments you have. But y'all can't give it to her for whatever reason. And that's really all I got. I was just like, okay, Kiana, girl, I'm really trying with you because, when it comes to you, last season I gave you grace because your first season you were a last minute housewife. This season, I'm realizing maybe you shouldn't have been a housewife because you ain't giving what should have been gave. Like you're just not giving to me, Kiana. And I still like Kiana, but overall she's just a dud to me. And you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree. But Kiana just ain't giving. Pretty, I mean, super pretty, gorgeous girl. But yeah, no ma'am. Return to sender. Like I said about Ashley's flute needs to be taken away from her. So does Kiana's. Chuck says I never saw it for Kiana. See, and I did. Or maybe it was just a little empathy. Maybe it was just empathy that I felt for Kiana after the whole shit with Deborah. Maybe that's what it was. Ooh, cause yeah, nah, girl, you ain't giving. You are not giving for me, and that's just my 2 cents. I'm out here for what y'all got to say and feel. And like Chuck said, he didn't see it for Kiana, and I think a lot of people didn't see it for Kiana, but I think most people who did see it for Kiana, it was mostly due to that unfortunate incident with Deborah, which Kiana got herself involved in it, and she didn't necessarily have to get herself involved in it with uh with Deborah. The only reason she's here is so Bravo avoids a lawsuit, and that's what a lot of people think when it comes to Kiana is that Bravo was trying to avoid a lawsuit. That whole Deborah situation. Uh, Kay is the new Shamia. It's given Shamia because like I just know Kay. Like I wanted to like Kay, but Kay is a no, an absolute resounding fucking no. And like I'm gonna talk about Wendy when we get to Wendy because I even had an issue with Wendy in this episode, but it ain't had shit to do with well, yes it did have to do with Karen, but again, Kiana, yeah, baby girl, I really tried with you, but for me, it's a no. I just got to be honest about it, how it is for me. You guys may agree, you guys may disagree, and it is fine if we agree or disagree. So the next person we got is Wendy. So let's bring Wendy on the screen. And I felt the way about Wendy singing. So Wendy and Kiana, they are meeting up with each other. And what I will say is Kiana, you're very dramatic. The way that you wanted to address Wendy, girl, it was very dramatic. And I was like, is this all called for? Because I didn't think that the situation called for that, all that she was given. But if Kiana felt like it was called for, then shit, who am I to say boo, cat, dog, any of the likes, right? Who am I to say that to Kiana? But it definitely felt like Kiana was kind of putting on for me. And I definitely do want to know what you guys think about that. Like, do you guys think that Kiana was putting on? What up, Shayna? How are you doing today? And hey, I meant to say hey to you too, Tiffany. My bad. You said you totally agree. So yeah. So is Kiana is once again talking. So Preakness. Now I don't know anything about Preakness. I do remember seeing it on season 2 of Potomac. I think it was. So they're talking. So they were talking about this Preakness. So they're both doing something for Preakness. And Kiana wanted to address something with Wendy. I was like, girl, what are we talking about? I was confused. If you guys understood what that whole conversation was, please enlighten me because I was hella fucking confused. Oh, Wendy got legs for days, but we can stop. Can we stop dressing like a daytime scripper? Yes, I that one outfit when she went shopping with Giselle, them, I was like, girl, what is this outfit? I was like, this is just it's ugly. But even this blue that she had on, I was like, this ain't cute. But I mean, do you? Do you? So then Kay felt like Wendy was being very condescending at the Bloom Ball. And I was like, Kiana, ma'am, you interjected in a conversation with she and Giselle. So what are you talking about? Kiana's throwing darts at storylines to see if one sticks. That's what is given. And I wish she would stop because it's irritating me. It's irritating me. So this whole situation is really stupid to me because nothing makes sense. So Wendy then goes into this whole diatribe about how she's been such a good friend to Kiana. You know, last year when Ashley said that her business was started with drug dealer money and how she was there to defend her. And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I do see where Kiana is coming from at this point because Kiana feels that, you know, when Wendy does communicate with her, it's always about the show. And she also feels like Wendy is an on camera friend, not really an off camera friend. Well, if you feel that way, address it. You are. But if you feel that way, move accordingly as well. If you feel like a friendship with somebody is one sided, or if you feel like the friendship is just for, you know, clicks and views, or for likes and follows and things of that nature, move accordingly. You know what that friend in your brain, you know what that friendship means, and just like leave it where it is. I don't really know what Kiana wants. Like it's really annoying to me, and it's honestly getting on my nerves. But you guys will definitely tell me what you think. But honestly, this conversation, for me personally, that conversation didn't go no fucking where. Because then Wendy started laughing, and I was like, "Girl, what the?" I was so confused at Wendy laughing. I was like, "This is out of left field." Her laughing, and Wendy's laugh. I will be honest. Wendy's laugh gets on my nerves. I hate her laugh. I really do. Uh, but Kiana already has an off camera friend, Angel, but she's about to baby, and I'm gonna get into Angel too because the way Angel. I'm gonna ask a question and I'm gonna bring it up again later. But has Kiana actually really chin checked you before? Because girl, the way that she talked to you, my friends could never talk to me like that. Like I just would never allow my friend to talk to me in the way and the manner that Kiana talked to you. But we'll get into it later in the episode because girl, a fool you are. Because she would not talk to me again. There is no fucking way that my friend of 20 years would ever talk to me like that. Hell, my best friend and I have been friends for 20 years. And my best friend, if I tell her something that I like, if she says something that I took offense to, she would never say, okay, well, that's how you well get that off and we ain't gonna never talk about that again. She would never she would never do that to me like that. Like especially in a group of people that she's bringing me into, she's gonna protect me. But again, my friend would never even say nothing. Like she chin checked me. She would be like, me, I'm like that's my best friend, and he and I, we had a conversation about this, and he expressed how he felt to me, and I listened to him, and I heard him, and leave it at that. But she would never go to the links that Kay went to with Angel, her friend of 20 years. But okay. Kay and Angel got on my nerves this episode. I agree. Not like that in front of others. Exactly. Hell no. Cause but I was listening to Kate on Watch What Happens Live. And so she said they've known each other for 20 years, but it sounded like they met each other like like in a business setting. Cause I think she said that at the time, Angel worked for BET or something like that. Um, but yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. But again, if she likes it, I love it. Child, I'm tired of Kate, to be honest, and she only showed out in front of her mama and Greg. I was getting that vibe. I was wondering at myself, like, girl, are you doing this? Doing this for for your mama? But I hope you're doing it for Greg because Greg ain't ish. I don't see it for Greg, but I mean, and what I will say, like, we'll get to it later. But if Kay like it with Greg, I love it for her. It ain't got shit to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know, do you Kay? Have fun, live your life, whatever floats your boat. Go ahead and do it, girlfriend, because that man ain't it. So moving on to Angel. Now, like I said, when it comes to Angel, I like Angel, but the thing with Angel is towards the end of the episode is where you lost me at because you definitely backtracked and then you tried to come for Wendy. And I was like, that is so weird to me. That was hella weird to me, but girl, whatever. Kiana started talking out of turn to Giselle, then lied about it, then said if Giselle said I said, then doubled back, and Angel's desperate ass is gonna say I believe her. Angel ain't nothing but a fan. Yeah, I agree. So we found out that Angel's mom passed away 10 years ago, and my condolences to you. It's been almost 10 years, next year will be 9 years that my mom passed away. God doesn't feel like it, but it is. So she was talking to her family about the whole chin check comment, right? And so she's upset about it. And she doesn't believe that it happened, but she doesn't like the language itself. Now, keep that in mind what I just said, right? She and her husband, her father, and whoever else was there, they discussed the chin check. Even her husband said chin check sound like, she hit you on the chin. Right. Chin check is aggressive. So Angel doesn't believe her friend said this. Okay. It's one thing to not believe that your friend said it. Cool. You wouldn't want to think that your friend said something so aggressive, but what you would say is, if my friend did say it, then that's fucked up. And me and my friend, we gonna have to have a conversation about that, because that's that's very aggressive. He did. Even Angel's fine husband demonstrated the chin check. He did. Hey, B. Spencer, you say Kiana does not know how to use euphemisms or figure of speeches in the right context. She does not. That girl does not know how to use even colloquialisms. Like, she don't know how to use none of that shit in the right. She does not, because she later, at the end of the episode, she said, "I'm tired of these hoes, girl." And then you said, "This hoe next to me." You're calling Stacy a hoe, but then you say it's a colloquialism. It might be, but you still, even when I say I'm tired of these bitches, I'm tired of these niggas, I'm tired of these hoes, I'm calling the person that I'm calling people hoes. Kiana, go away. Everybody knows what chin check means exactly. I'm sick. I'm really trying to give Kiana a pass, but not pass. I'm really not a pass. I'm really trying to work with Kiana, because, like I said, last season she was a last minute addition. This season I am really, really doing, like, it is. It's she ain't giving, and that's the best that I can say. So, oh shit, I got two scenes with Stacy. Child, I forgot about that. We have to put them together. So let's bring my girl Stacy back up on the screen. So later in the episode, we see Stacy. So Stacy's a liar, but Stacy's fun in my personal opinion. I know people don't like Stacy, and it's fine, but I do fucks with Stacy. So Stacy met up with Jazzy, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but hell, I prefer Jazzy over Kiana. I would much rather have Jazzy over Kiana. And that's saying a lot, because if you guys watched last season, I wasn't like the biggest fan of Jazzy's. I didn't really see it for Jazzy, but I would prefer Jazzy at this point. I would take Jazzy over Kiana. So they're talking about the whole situation. You guys remember last season that Mia ghosted them, right? When she asked them to come to Miami for her birthday. She goes with them. Stacy is like, "Oh my God, Kiana, not Kiana, but Jazzy, I'm so sorry. I wasn't a good friend to you. I didn't check in on you." I was like, "Stacy, girl, can we now?" The one thing about Stacy, I just want Stacy to just drop the persona, girl, please and thank you. Like, I know you don't talk like that 24/7. If you do, even I would get sick of hearing that voice. But I mean, it is what it is. Kiana knows she could have said that she didn't know Chin Check was serious, but didn't. She chose to lie, so she knows. Yeah, I like Stacey too. Jazzy, Robin, sure. Oh my God, Chuck. I'll give you Jazzy, and I'll give you nobody else on that list. But Jazzy, yes. Robin, a resounding fuck no. Sharice, a resounding absolutely the hell to the no. And you said not, but you said not. It's funny, but you say no to Mia. I would take Mia, and I would take lion ass Mia over Kiana. And y'all know I didn't see it for Mia. I couldn't stand Mia. Still don't see it for Mia. But I would take Mia over Kiana. At least with Mia, you at least with that one, you know what you getting from a Mia Thornton. Nothing but fucking lies. So that's why I say I would take Mia over Kiarna. So they're talking about Stacy's relationship with her man, and Stacy, I'm gonna give you a point because you came ready. So Giselle is allegedly dating this man. What was his name? I think his name is Sean. I googled him. His name is Sean Springs because I saw the screen because they blurred out his picture, but they didn't blur out the man's name. And it comes up, are they dating each other? Do I care? No. Should Giselle be honest about what she's doing? Absolutely, she should be honest. So, you know what, Stacey, you all right in my book because you came ready to clock the heifers. You came ready to clock the heifers, and I'm here for it. But let me know what you guys thought about Stacey clocking Giselle. That she is probably. But the thing with Giselle is, I think after the whole Sherman situation, Giselle is like she is never bringing a man on this show. That's why she brought Pastor Holy Horror on here, pretending like they were in a relationship with each other, knowing damn well that they wasn't. But okay, Giselle, I see you, girlfriend. I really don't, but hey, I'm just lying to myself because I don't really care. But don't be a hypocrite and ask Stacy to do something that you're not doing. And you too, big head. But it is what it is. Moving on. LOL. I knew you would say that, except me apart. Hell yeah. I ain't y'all should know me by now to know that I never, you know what? I'll even be nice. I'll take Robin over Sharice. And I really won't take Robin at all. Giselle hardly ever shows her men. She don't. I like Stacy and the way that she clocked Kate. She kind of reminds me of Kenya Moore when it comes to the shade. She does. I like Stacy. I just wish Stacy would stop lying so fucking much. But it is what it is. What else? Yeah, that's all we have with that scene. So next up, let's get into Tia. Now the one thing that and it's gonna come out shady, but I gotta say it. I saw it last week, but I didn't mention it last week. So Tia's husband, good looking man, but he got a big ass bald spot in the back of his head. Then his hair in the front is thinning. I was like, ooh, sir, you might as well just go ahead and come on over to the other side and just go ahead and embrace the baldness, right? Because I had to do it too, right? My hair was thinning. I had to just say, you know what? Fuck it. My hair is thinning. It ain't nothing I can, well, it is something I can do about it. And I actually do think I am going to do something about it because I'm looking into going. I'm gonna make an appointment at some point to see if because the thing is I still have hair. I just go bald because it makes more sense for me to do that now. But I do still have hair, so I'm looking and my hair at the back is very thick, and I'm looking to go do a hair transplant. But we'll see. Uh, I started appreciating Stacy again after they ganged up on her. Yeah, I like. Yeah, yes, that man will look good bald. He might want to go bald. Cause what's her name? Husband. Y'all know I don't even review that show, but Belle Collector, that new girl Carrie, like her husband, he's a good looking man and he's bald. Ain't nothing wrong with bald. I mean, I've been bald for some years now. Now Tia, oh yo kids, mm, yo kids, yo kids, yo kids, yo kids. That's all I gotta say. Chuck says, JB, don't do it. Bald is beautiful. No, no. So here's what I'm saying. I like going bald, but the thing is when my hair grows back in, I hate the way that looks when my hair grows. Because I'm going back to the barbershop and getting my hair cut and my beard, done as well. So I don't like having to walk around so much with a hat on my head or with a do-rag on. So I just want to fill in my hair. Hell, I may still go bald, but I just want to fill in the spots that are thin. That's all. Tia needs to snatch those kids, baby. She does, especially that oldest daughter, because that seems like that's the problem. Oh, that them kids are a handful. I don't know how she do it, but kudos to you, Tia. So we found out that Tia was a stay-at-home mom until her kids went to school. And I think a lot of, I know that's something that a lot of women are doing these days. And, kudos to you ladies. But them kids, girl, them kids. You say, oh, I shave my head about every 3 days. Yeah, see, I forget. And the crazy thing is my hair grows so fast. Like I just got my hair cut last Friday, right? And I can already feel my hair growing back. I already feel it. Like my hair is always growing fast. That is the one thing that I will say I hate is that my hair grows so fast. Um, but yeah, Tia, girl, your kids, handful. Good luck with them kids. Your kids don't seem like they got no home training though. I ain't trying to be shady, but they really them kids. Whoo! Moving on. Giselle. So Giselle met up with Tia, Wendy, and Angel, right? So Giselle had the unmitigated gall and audacity to sit there and tell Tia that she wasn't stylish at Angel's event. I said, girl, your house ain't. Let's talk about the upside down house. The upside down house ain't stylish. Your clothes ain't stylish. Your hair ain't never stylish. But okay, you want to talk about Tia. Now, what I will say is, Tia, some of your outfit choices, they are ugly, especially your confessionals. That one with that ball gown, oh God, that is ugly. Oh God, and then you debuted two new ones last night. It was one of them that was still ugly, and the other one was still just as ugly, but one of them looked better than the first two that you've had. Oh God. Now that 16, that's the one I was talking about. That 16-year-old, that 16-year-old, I would too. Can you say I hate you for that thumbnail? Well, that's how that thumbnail summed up exactly how I felt. my thumbnail, my thumbnail is exactly how I felt about this episode. Mia, oh, child, why did I say Mia's name? Wendy and Kiana giving each other the middle finger. When I saw that, I was like, yep, this is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail, the middle finger. So Giselle told us that Tia DM'd her about her style. I was like, Tia, you ain't got that. Your style ain't that much better. But okay. So the Giselle told the girls that they're going to Nevis, and then I love how Tia clocked Giselle's fashion choices over the years, proving she's a fan too. Yes, she did. But Tia ain't got too much. Tia's style is a little. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They both are tacky. Let's just be real about it. They're both tacky. But Giselle is tackier. Now, here's where we talk about Angel. So they asked Wendy about her conversation with Kiana. I don't care. Then we talked about the whole Kiana and Angel thing. So Kiana doubled back and said that she did not say chin check when it is on camera that you said it. But whatever. So Angel is sitting here saying, once again, that's very aggressive. If Kiana said that, she's gonna feel a way about it, right? But she said it. And you got 3 people in this store that hear you say this, but it's gonna come back up later. And girl, let's get into it. Because Kiana, girl, you tried it. So let's talk about Kiana, y'all. I'm gonna breeze through this because honestly, she got on my fucking nerves. So Kiana is hosting something before the ladies go to Preakness, right? So we saw Greg and her mama there. And what I will say is, Giselle, what did you have on? I was kind of confused by that outfit choice. But if you like it, I love it for you. I really don't. But, hey, it is what it is. What up, D? You say, it's sad to see Angel fall for the okie doke this episode. Ma'am, stand up. Yeah. Any hope that I had for Angel, I lost. It failed in this episode. Because the way that Kiana literally, now, she might not have chin checked you, Angel, but she definitely checked you. And you didn't say shit back to her, the person that you addressed, which we'll get into that in a minute. So Giselle told the girls about the trip to Nevis. I think that's what it is. They said, right? So then in this strange turn of events, we talk about what Wendy was doing for Preakness and what Kiana is doing for Preakness. Kiana feels that Wendy wants to be first, better, and best. I was like, huh? What? Okay. My brain is starting to hurt even thinking about this because it made no sense. I was like, so you just trying to find an issue at this point, right? Okay, cool, whatever. Moving on. So then Giselle brought up the chin check comment because Giselle says that, well, you said it, and if you said that you didn't say it, then you're calling me a liar. Well, Giselle, you are a liar, but in this particular moment, I gotta side with you and say she's telling the truth. So then Kiana says, well, you know what? I did say it, and I apologize. And so Angel accepts the apology, like, you know what, Kiana, I apologize that I wasn't there for you. I said, girl, what? Huh? Run that back. Ma'am, it ain't that you didn't have your friends back. Your friend didn't like that you wasn't going along with what she wanted you to like. What? Because all you asked her was, did you ask Wendy about her kids? And she got upset about that. That's stupid. You were being reasonable and logical. But okay, whatever. Maybe people might say, well, she could have said that to her not on camera. Okay, if people feel that way, okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. But moving on from that, I think it's dumb, right? So then Wendy clocked that. She was like, but Angel, you felt the way when we were out shopping. Even Giselle chimed in and even Tia chimed in and was like, that is true. And so Angel was like, well, I sat and thought about it and I'm able to move on from it. Girl, what? Even when you were in that scene with your husband, you were still upset about it. But now that you're in your friend's face, okay, Angel, whatever. Key is yet another victim of second season housewife syndrome. Whatever worked or didn't work for them the first season, they feel the need to overcompensate and pump up the volume and shenanigans 200%. I don't know what Kiana was thinking because I'm pretty sure she heard people say that, she didn't have a storyline last season, but a lot of people defended her. A lot of people said that she was upgraded last minute, but okay, whatever. So then it flipped. Ashley, first of all, who the hell asked you to chime in? You were not shopping with them. I agree with Wendy. So, like, why did you flip, babe? Girls, shut up and worry about them non-existent vocals. Because if I get on Twitter, or not Twitter, but if I get on Instagram one more time and I hear you singing, like, Ashley, your singing gets worse every time you sing. Like, I was literally on Twitter. Why do I keep saying Twitter? Instagram earlier today when I went for my walk at lunch. Ashley was the first thing that popped up on my timeline, and this heifer is singing. I said, girl, if they don't sue you for singing these songs, moving on. But yet Angel had all the smoke for Wendy only. I think Angel and Kiana talked about that little brunch. I do too. It's weird. So Angel decides that, she looks at Wendy and somebody asked, is there an issue with her and Wendy? And she was like, well, it wasn't, but now it is because you decided to call me out and call me fake. Well, ma'am, I hate to tell you, but you are being a little fake because, and to like, y'all know how much I hate it when I have to side with Giselle. But even Giselle was like, but Wendy said it, but I co-signed it. And even T was like, and I co-signed it too. But you got all this smoke for Wendy, but not for your friend. And then your friend just literally checked you and was like, well, we discussed it. It's over. And I don't want to hear about it again. But you ain't got nothing. You have nothing to say to your friend. who you say wouldn't like nobody was gonna chin check you in the last episode. Then in this episode, you are hurt, and it's talking about how aggressive it is. And then you also mention what happened to Kiana. So Ashley, once again, why are you inserting yourself into anything? Because you talk about that was a sensitive subject, and then you talk about it again when Stacy said something to Kiana about being chin checked, right? Ashley, didn't you yourself last season ask Kiana about that scar, and that girl got upset at you for mentioning her scar? Ashley, shut up and mind your business and go find a damn storyline. Or better yet, go figure out a way to pay for that fucking house so that them two little boys can continue to walk on your countertops, on your countertop, your island, walk all over your furniture. Worry about that is what you need to worry about. Affording that house so them two, you know, I was about to say something so nasty about them boys, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. Go worry about them. Go worry about paying for that house. That's what you need to do. Please do that. Do that for me and stay the fuck out of this and mind your business. So after that, like I was about to say something so rude about them little boys, and I had to catch myself. I had to say, JB, them are kids, but no, because I can't stand a mom. I was about to say something nasty, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm just gonna call them what they are: a paycheck that you ain't really get paid for. That's a nice thing I can say. But again, worry about that house, paying for that. So then Kiana says, "Do you like this woman? Do you like her? Do you like her?" Kiana, what I will say, Kiana, I am glad that you are very self-aware, that you know that when you talk, it is very aggressive, because the way that you were talking, it is extremely aggressive. But okay, whatever. So then we get them on the bus. Now, what I will say, Wendy, you were doing a little bit too much for me, especially when Kiara was like she needed a napkin, and you was like, if you had a cloth dress, you would let her use your dress, and then referring to Angel. Now, Wendy, why did you have to do that? So then Kiara is telling Wendy to shut up, shut up, shut up, and then her and Stacy getting into it. Ashley again wants to chime in. Mind your business. So then Kiana says she's tired of these hoes, especially the hoe next to me. And so Stacey was like, I'm a hoe now? And she's like, it's a colloquialism. Girl, shut up. That is not oh God. Kiana, I want you to learn how to use things in the proper way that they should be used. Whenever, again, if you say, I'm sick of these bitches, these hoes, these niggas, and people around you that you're referring to, you're calling them bitches, hoes, niggas, whatever you want to, whatever you were saying. That's what you're calling them. Shut up, Kiana. Thank you, because sometimes we have to use that aggressive. We do. I know that we don't like to attach that word to black women, but in this particular moment, Kiana is absolutely aggressive in the way that she talks. She is absolutely aggressive. And that's all I got, you guys, this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I feel like I was ranting a little. I feel like I was ranting, and I hate to rant. That's why I say season 11 of Potomac, y'all ain't getting it from me. It ain't happening. It is not. If it's gonna be the same shit with a bunch of mean girls, it's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, I can't do it. But yeah, you guys, that's the episode. Like the video. I didn't expect to do a 40-minute video either, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, you guys, share the video. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. And also, you guys, go support the Whether You Like It or Not panel. They are on Really B's platform tonight. So be over there to support my peoples. And I will see you guys again for Salt Lake City tomorrow. I'll see you guys for Salt Lake City. And then the panel this week, I don't know where we're gonna be at, but we're gonna be covering part 2 and part 3 of the Real Housewives of Miami. And yeah. Chuck, you say I bet they bring Karen back early. We might see Karen at the finale towards the end of the season. God, that's a long ass way away from here. Jesus. But yeah, you guys, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.